Good afternoon. Who is that? So now keep quiet. అవన్నీ గీసేస్తున్నారు ఆ యాప్ అని ఏం చేయాలి Good afternoon, one and all. So now we start okay. Now we have to discuss with that already the basic terms. What are the basic terms you have to use it in network security? Those all basic terms you have to discuss in last class. Now in today class we will discuss with that what are the dimensions. Already these are the dimensions you have to use it in cryptographic systems. Already we have to discuss mainly these cryptographic systems. We have to classify the three dimensions. First one is the type of operation used for transforming the plain text to ciphertext. That means whenever you are using the plain text, you have to transmit it. First, the plain text you have to convert it into ciphertext. So how to convert? That plain text is converted into ciphertext by using the two types of operations mainly you have to use to converting the plain text to ciphertext. First one is the substitution technique. In the substitution technique, whatever the characters you have to send in, those characters you have to replace it with the other characters. That type of technique is simply called it as substitution technique. So this is the generally scissor cipher method we have to use to substitute that letters with the other letters. That is the substitution technique we have to use. And next one is the transposition technique. In the second one is the transposition technique. That means whatever the characters you have, that characters you have to rearrange it. That type of technique is called transposition technique. Or you are using the some key, you have to this technique we have to use. For example, hi, you have to rearrange it into IAH. So that you have to rearranging the characters. That is simply called it as transposition technique. For example, substitution technique means you have to replace it with the other characters, and transposition technique means the rearranging the characters. So that is simply called it as transposition technique. This is the main dimensions while you have to converting the plain text to ciphertext. That is a type of operation you have to transforming. And while you have to the plain text you have to convert into ciphertext, here you have to use the key, that is the key length. So generally you have to use the symmetric encryption algorithms, you have to use the same key, that is a single symmetric key or a single key or a conventional key. You have to use any type of key you have to use it to converting the plain text to ciphertext. Similar way in public key encryption algorithms or asymmetric encryption algorithms, you have to use the two different keys, that is the private and public keys you have to use. So these are the keys you have to use in environment. The next one is the what type of operation. First, whenever you want to apply the key, first whatever the raw information you have, that is the plain text. The plain text you have to convert it into ciphertext. Before converting the ciphertext, first whatever the plain text you have, that plain text first you have to the plain text you have to convert it into different blocks or streams. That type of plain text is processed with the two ways. One is the block cipher and second one is the stream cipher. So block cipher simply you can use the entire text, that is the plain text is converted into different blocks. Whether you are using the 64-bit blocks, that time 64 bits you have to represent it as one block, and that means 64-bit of data you have to define as a one block. So like that way, the entire plain text you have to convert it into 64-bit blocks, or 128-bit block you have to use at that time. All the plain text you have to convert into 128-bit blocks, or you can use the 256 blocks you have to convert. The entire plain text you have to convert into first blocks by using the block cipher, whereas you are using the stream cipher, that time you have to use the 1 by bit you have to apply. That is these are the this is the way you have to convert the plain text. Next one is cryptanalysis part. Already we have to discuss. So the combination of cryptanalysis and cryptography is simply you call it as cryptology. So already up to now we have to discuss with that cryptography. Cryptography means encryption and decryption process of plain text to ciphertext, ciphertext to plain text. These all concepts, what are the algorithms you have to use. These all things you have to discuss it with that cryptography. Whereas in the cryptanalysis, only you have to use without knowing the key, directly you can converting the ciphertext to plain text. That is simply you can say that that is the cryptanalysis. Simply here you don't know about the plain text. You know the plain ciphertext only. So with that ciphertext, directly without you knowing the key, directly you can generate by using this cryptanalysis. So this is the mainly you have to cryptanalysis part you have handled by the attackers. So this is the in our syllabus you don't have this cryptanalysis part. In our syllabus only in cryptography only. So here these are the three various types of cryptanalytic attacks you have to use mainly using ciphertext only. Known plain text story you have to convert it into ciphertext. First case, these are the various types of cryptanalytical attacks. First ciphertext unte that ciphertext nunchi meeru plain text convert chesukotaru. That is the first part. And second one is some plain text తీసుకుని దాన్ని సైఫర్ ఒక కీ అప్లై చేస్తే సైఫర్ టెక్స్ట్ అది ఇది మ్యాచ్ చేయటం సెకండ్ కేస్. దట్ ఈస్ చూజ్ ఇన్ ప్లెయిన్ టెక్స్ట్. Similar way cipher text also choose in cipher text also. So these are the cases by using these methods you have to find out the plain text. You have to know the ciphertext. That is the cryptanalytics part. You don't have in your syllabus. Steganography, similar way you have to use hiding the messages, some messages. For example, steganography means, for example, we have the one image. In that image background, you have to use another image. That is the way you have to protecting the data without copying. That is the steganography. Watermarking generally you have to use it for that steganography. This is the one type of security you can provide for the given data. So this is the, up to now we have to discuss what is the basic terms of the network security. So now in today's class we'll discuss with that security services mainly. So these are the security services mainly we have to use. First one, next one, security services. In the security services, mainly we have to concentrate on what are the security services means. Already what are the principles you have to use it in security. Already in last class we have to discuss. See here. These are the security services mainly we have to use it. First one is the confidentiality. In the confidentiality you can provide the protecting the information from the unauthorized parties. So here you have to sending the information from user A to user B, and the third party user is user C. So from that user C you can provide the from user A, you can sending the data from user A to user B without involvement of user C. This is the way you can provide the confidentiality to that data. Next one is the, so whenever the confidentiality, that means you have to sending the data from user A to user B, safely you can sending the data. That is simply you can say that confidentiality. But you don't have this, you don't have the confidentiality. You could not provide in between the users A to B. That means what you have to call it as interception. That means the loss of confidentiality is called as interception. So while whenever we have to discuss with that, mainly attacks. So attacks are mainly you have to describe it into 4 ways. One is the interception, fabrication, and modification, and denial of service. Simply you can say that denial of service you have to call it as, that is the non-repetition. So this is the mainly we can represent here. First, after whenever the confidentiality could not provide to the data, that is simply call it as, that type of attack is called as interception. That is the loss of message confidentiality, simply call it as interception. And the second one is, second service is authentication. Authentication means whenever the authentication, only authorized people who are the authorized, those people only can access the data. That means you can authenticate it. Whenever you are authenticated people only can access that data. Authentication is the process of recognizing a user's identity. So simply here, this is the user A, this is the user B, and in between the user, third unauthorized user, that is the user C, I am the user A. He can say that. But user A could not send any message to the user B. But unauthorized user is sending the message, I am the user, I am the authenticated. So that is the he is authorized or unauthorized, you can identify with the user B only. So this type of authentication, whenever the problem will be rises, so that is the loss of authentication or absence of authentication, easily you can say that is simply call it as fabrication. This is the another type of attack, you can simply call it as fabrication. So first one, what are the services mainly we have to discuss it here? First one is the confidentiality, second one is the authentication. So while parallelly you can discuss it here, first one is what are the services, and for that services, whenever the services for the security, those services whenever you want to discuss it here, at the same time I want to discuss with the attacks also. So loss of confidentiality, simply call it as interception. Absence of authentication is called as fabrication. So here this is simply loss of absence of authentication is simply call it as fabrication. And next one is the integrity. So integrity is the another security service, preventing the unauthorized users who are doing like this, drawing these lines. Those are unauthorized, but they are doing unauthorized things. So those two students are unauthorized modification of data. So those two users are authorized, preventing the authorized users or unauthorized users. That type of thing is simply called it as integrity. Integrity means prevent unauthorized users from making modifications to the data or programs, and preventing the authorized users to making the improper or unauthorized modifications. So you are authorized users, but you are making the improper and unauthorized modifications. Clear? 5F2. Clear? That is simply you can say that that is the way you can say that is the integrity. So this is the loss of integrity. You can say that simply you can loss of integrity, simply call it as modification. So here modification uses the loss of the message integrity. Simply whenever you want to modify, so like this you can modify. For example, user A, you can sending the data or to user B, particularly a message you have to sending, transfer $1,000 to A, D, or he can modify to $1,000, $100 to $1,000 he can modify, and then you have to sending the one name, but he changed it to his name. So this is the way, this is the service integrity you can provide. That means no other unauthorized users or authorized users could not modify the data. Okay, that is the first one. Next one. Next one is modification is then non-repudiation. So do not allow the sender message to non-repudiated clients to not sending that messages. Then next one, access control. So control mechanisms, availability. These are services we have to use in security. Next one, cryptographic attacks. So what type of attacks you have to use here? Mainly the attacks you have to divide into two types. One is the passive attacks and second one is the active attacks. So passive attacks means passive attacks means simply you could not modify the data. So that is simply considered eavesdropping or monitoring the information. This is the type of attacks is called passive attacks. The main goal of this attacks is obtain the information from the obtain the information and he could not modify. This type of attacks are called passive attacks. Generally listening the voices, or second case is the reading the messages. Only this type of attacks is simply you can say that passive attacks. For example, first one is mainly the passive attacks are divided into two types. One is the release of message contents and second one is the traffic analysis. First one is the release of message contents, the telephone conversation in between the users or email conversation in between the users. Those information, confidential information, you have to reading or landing something. You could not modify the data, but only they have to listening or reading the information. That type of attack is simply called it as release of message contents. Second one is the traffic analysis. In the traffic analysis, mainly you can say that while you have to communicate in between the two users, we have to getting the more traffic. That means something is doing in between those users. Generally, one user we have to calling to with the other user. Only generally we have to talk with 10 to 15 minutes. So, for example, you have to talk in more than continuously conversation going on in between the users. So automatically you can say that that is simply you can say that traffic analysis. So here here you have to observe the pattern of the messages. That means more traffic in between the users. So something is going on in between those two points. For example, how we can identify like, for example, real-time environment, we have to track the military operations. In military operations, from the headquarters to a particular point, directly we have to communicate it continuously. That means from that point in between the headquarters to that point, directly, continuously traffic is going on. Automatically, those people can identify so something is going on ready to attack. So that's the way you can identify the attack. That is the way. That is the process. You call it as traffic analysis. And next one is the passive attack. That is the passive attacks. Next one is the active attacks. Active attacks mainly you can modify the data. So here we have the four categories classified into four categories. First one is the masquerade, and second one is the reply, and third one is the modification of messages, messages and denial of service. So here these are the three these are the four types of attacks of active. So in this first one is the masquerade, only can modify the data, and second one is the first one captured by the users, and the second one is the modification of messages, the third one is the modification of messages, fourth one is the denial of service. And so here generally we have to call it as passive and active attacks, but the general way you have to call it as four types of security attacks. So already we have to discuss it with that. First one is the interruption. So second one is the interception and modification and fabrication. So Denial of service, already we have to discuss with that. Integrity. Interception, you simply call it as, already you have to discuss with that. Confidentiality, loss of confidentiality, you simply call it as interception. And authentication, you simply can say that that is a fabrication. And modification, integrity is a modification, and interruption. So these are the four types of security attacks we have to generally call. So along with the diagrams, we'll clearly have to explain into the next class.